Welcome to Breakthrough with Jeff. This is the place where we live life with zero limits. Now, for those who know me, know that I'm very passionate about leadership, especially facilitating teams to bring about an excellent peak performance, not of one person, but of the team. I have coached teams of companies, corporates, organizations, where we have maybe two strong people or people that play strong and 9, 10, 11 other people that play weak. And you're bringing this team together to feel the strength of the team so you can win together. Because a strong CEO with a weak team goes nowhere. And unless you harvest the strength of the team so the organization can move forward, there's nowhere you're going. If you've led teams and organizations, you know that facilitating teams is one of the most challenging, activity of leadership. Now, I'd like us to learn something from a very interesting movie. There are a few movies that you can learn from. This is one that you can learn a lot from. And in fact, I recommend that you watch this movie by Coach Carter. Just in a moment.
What? On the streets of Richmond, they fought to get by.
Where you going? Don't shoot me, man.
Struggled to get out.
Doing good, bro.
And if they had anything left, they brought it to the court.
Your boys don't need practice, they need prison.
Good afternoon, young men.
Are you some preacher, man? Cause God ain't gonna do you no good in this neighborhood.
Leave the gym.
I ain't scared of nobody, cause I'll lay you out.
I don't think so.
Teachers ain't supposed to touch students.
I'm not a teacher. I'm the new basketball coach.
Now they have a choice.
In Richmond, you're 80% more likely to go to prison than college. This contract states that you will maintain a 2.3 grade point average, and you will wear ties on game day.
Between surviving alone.
This is basketball, man.
These boys are student athletes. Student comes first.
Come on.
And standing together.
If one man struggles, the entire team struggles. You have an incredible gift up here. Do you realize what an opportunity that is for you to get out of here? All you gotta do is have the dream.
Cause I just bought that big white crib right there. My wife Beyonce barbecue with her G-strings on.
I said dream, not hallucinate. Gentlemen, we have 6 players failing at least one class. We have failed each other.
You put a lock on the gym and forced them to meet you in the library.
Coach Carter has taken the lockout to the next level by canceling last night's game, making it their first loss of the season.
Coach thinks I can play college ball. I'm gonna do that and raise a baby.
What are you saying? You want out?
I see no changes.
Basketball's the only thing that these boys have got. Now we're gonna let Carter come in here and take that away from them.
You're gonna get through this.
Paramount Pictures and MTV Films present.
What do I gotta do to play?
Whatever you want me to do, I'll do it. One player triumphs, we all triumph, right?
Woo!
We're gonna finish what you started, sir.
Samuel L. Jackson, Rob Brown, Ashanti.
I came to coach basketball players and you became students. I came to teach boys and you became men.
This is our time.
Coach Carter.
Time for us as a people to start making some change.
Interesting. And I would like to learn maybe from you some of the lessons you get from this movie. If you can watch the entire movie and then come back to this video, let's exchange notes so I can learn a little bit from you, because leadership is a passion for me. Everyone is a leader. I believe if you don't unleash the leader, within you, and in fact, your own success could be locked by that inability to allow and unleash the leader within you. And if you're able to unleash that leader, you realize that life is not just about I, it's about we. And these are some of the lessons that we can learn from these great movies. This is one of the few movies that, you know, I sit down and watch over and over again. And Coach Carter, man, oh man, oh my, what a man, what a man. And one of the lessons we can learn here as facilitators of groups, whether small groups or big groups, whether coaching or just facilitating them, is number one, learn to set expectations with your team. Where there is no expectations, people don't know how to play with you, and people don't know, you know, your boundaries, and they don't know your vision, they don't know what you're doing with the team. And so it's good to set expectations, but not just set them, communicate expectation, and as early as possible, because some of us as leaders, we hold on expectations in our heart, but then we don't communicate them to our team, and so we get frustrated, we get sick inside as we try to push this team towards performance. So the number one key, if you want to be a great facilitator and leader, and it's not about you becoming a genius or being a genius or really becoming the best in the team so you can have the best team. No, it's about you knowing how to facilitate every strength, everyone in the team to become one thing. So that when you, it's like one arrows that have been fired, you know, with fire of everyone's energy together. And so Coach Carter, beginning of the team, very early in the team, he actually sets clear expectations and have agreement, which is very interesting, because in coaching, in live coaching, whether one-on-one or group, one of the key aspects of getting results is actually to have agreements and to manage agreements. And I know many people that have been managers or CEOs of organizations, you either want to manage people's emotions, drama, domains, or you want to manage agreements. If you ask me, I want to manage agreements. I don't want to manage people's emotions. When it comes to team leadership, I want to manage agreements. When you manage agreements, you distance from the drama someone is going through, and you can go straight to, we agreed 1, 2, 3. And the agreements are clear. You have to perform and you are a student first. You heard from that short clip, you know, the coach says, you are a student first before you are a basketballer. Okay, student, athlete doesn't come before student. So let's agree you're going to be a student first. And as long as you are failing, there is no way you can succeed as an athlete. It's not agreeable. And so always set expectation with your team. Always have some in agreements and make agreements as early as possible. Some of us, we lead by crisis. So we read these agreements when things happen or things don't go the way we want them to go. Now, secondly, as you set out agreements and allow yourself to have agreements with your team and communicate those agreements, you want to be open to having challenging conversations. And this is what Coach Carter displayed in this movie, that he's ready to have whatever challenge, whatever conversations with the students, and really, and even with the school administration that perhaps were not in alignment with his vision. So you're already, when you are a leader, or maybe you're going into an organization and you're starting on a higher level than you've been before, you want to train your mind to prepare for difficult conversation. These conversations are the ones that align you with the agreements that you had in the beginning. You can stand by what you said. And that's another thing that I see in this small clip, that Coach Carter is able to stand with what he believes. And this is a quality of leadership. Even when you're wrong, and sometimes you're going to be wrong. Okay, many times you're going to be wrong. Stand with what you believe and have a stand. and have a stand. And that's why the agreements come at the initial stage of the relationship, before you, even as you take up the assignment. Make sure you have clear agreements. Excuse me. Don't let people guess, who you are and what you are up to. No, communicate and communicate early. But then also stand for what you believe and communicate that too. Okay? Stand for what you believe. Don't just be influenced. I mean, this guy is given a job in a place where the culture is so strong and it's so negative, and these young people, they've always gotten low results, and none of of them, although they are good basketballers, they don't make it to college. And this guy believes they have the potential, and he has the potential to help them make it to college by using basketball as a motivating tool, but not the main goal in life. I admire this guy. This is the kind of leadership that we need in our countries, that we need in Africa. People that we can have agreements. We can have agreements and keep them. We are talking about political parties that have, proven not to keep agreements. They break agreements just, on a daily basis, as many as they make them. That is not good leadership. Leadership is about sticking to your agreements. Nelson Mandela was a good example of this. And he made a decision, and I'm going to work whatever, the former government leadership, whatever position you are working, continue to serve there. And he's sticking there in spite of the influence of people in his inner circle that tell him these are our enemies. No, I stand by what I believe. Humanity, we are all equal. Doesn't matter the color of your skin. If you are serving, continue to serve. It's because you're qualified. You continue to serve. A leader must have personal conviction. A leader must have internal conviction of beliefs of what they believe in. Otherwise, you will not be able to influence people, because influence comes from that place of you being grounded as a leader and having your own personal conviction. Now, another point that I see is the idea of we as a team, because this is team facilitation. It's not about me shining. And I see teams where you have one person that shines above everyone, and it's all about making that person shine. That is not team leadership. Ultimately, you are carrying the weight of the organization, and if you have everyone play their role, you can actually go farther than you're doing right now in your organization. And so as a team leader, you are team leader, you are team facilitator. It's not just about, it's about creating team spirit, team synergy, team ethic, caring for one another, knowing that if there's a weak link in the team, we are weak. You saw the example of Coach Carter, where there's a dude there, there's a guy there that scored 3.3, grade, and the rest of the team failed, and say, no, we have all failed, and we are going to be punished, all of us. So I lock the gym for everyone, go to the library, help each other. Because if you don't have, and I see this with some teams, especially where there's a lot of toxic competition, where it's not about we, it's about I, it's about survival, it's about shining and showing how good and better you are than the other person. Those are toxic teams. As a leader, as a team leader, you want to build healthy teams where if a department is weak, someone in another department can help cover and facilitate the other department so that the shame is not felt outside of the organization, so that whatever is felt is victory, is a sense of leadership. Anyone can step in for the weak link and hold with their shoulders the weight of the weak person until they are strong to stand. That is team leadership. Now, without that, your team will struggle and you will take more time than necessary to build the vision, because team is there for the purpose of the vision. It's the purpose of the vision of the organization. And so if you're not getting to where you are, and it's not about the challenges, it's about building teamwork, communicating, and being able to hold people accountable to agreements and building that spirit of teamwork, meaning that we will never lose. We got each other. It's about we. It's not about I. That spirit led Coach Carter to forgive Cruz, but it's not just forgiving. It's about taking responsibility. But then he gave Cruz this assignment that is impossible. And if you do it, I know he knew that he was giving him something he will not be able to do alone. Smart coach. And therefore, he triggered the entire team, because he's doing it before the entire team. He's doing this before the entire team, and everyone said, I'm going to be part of his punishment. I'll actually do push-ups for him. I'll do 100, 1,000. I'll do this, 50. I'll do it. I'll go. I'll run. It's about we. It's not about I. Team is about we. Team facilitation is one of the exciting ways to coach, and is a passion for me. You can tell it's in my blood. When I get a team, I look at everyone, do the assessment. I want to know we can crush the goals together. And for me, any day I choose the team. It's better you give me a weak team to build than you give me, just one strong person and a weak team. And there's that sense of not understanding the concept of a team. I hope we learn something here that we can apply, that you're going in your organization right now to encourage that team spirit and not to look at others as though you're better than them. And knowing that no matter how good you are, even if you build yourself, have all the masters, if everyone in the team is weak and you have weaklings, I ain't going nowhere. You need to build the entire team. You are as strong as the weakling. And then as a leader, you learn to stand by your word. You stand by your word. You stand by what you believe. You have a sense of conviction, because that's what sets you apart as a leader. And then be open to having difficult and challenging conversation, because you are going to have those conversations. In fact, be open to allow people to say whatever it is that they want to say. Be fearless. For you to lead teams to success, to victory, to performance, to peak performance, you really must have the openness and the audacity to allow people to speak their mind and have these difficult conversations and say whatever it is. You have to allow people to make a decision of who they want to be, how they want to play in the team. Another thing is to always assign people relevant assignment within the team. Okay, you can, if someone is not really fitting in terms of their competence or their personality, be open. Don't attack. Just change them. If there's a place they can do better, you move them around to a place where the team can feel stronger than before, than just forcing them to deliver results and hold on for a team just to punish them, not knowing you're punishing the entire team. And lastly, be clear on your expectations for every team member. Let people know your expectations as they begin. Not surprises, in the middle of the term. No, from the beginning, let people be so crystal clear on what is expected of each of them. Let them be clear of how important they are in the team. Everyone wants to feel significant. We don't just want to be part of the team that doesn't treat us like we are needed. Communicate. clearly your expectations. Thank you so much. God bless you, and all the best with your team. And by the way, I'll leave my contacts are right there. If you have a team that needs facilitation, you got the coach here to help you facilitate your teams in a way that deliver results for you in the most efficient and effective way. Thank you.